Good morning, Internet. Hello, gamers and Lovecraft enthusiasts. Hello, good morning, greetings, gentlemen, ladies, and beyond binary folk. And welcome to HP Lovecraft versus the World, brought to you by TriadGamer.com. Content warning. The games that we are playing may include cosmic horror, fantasy violence, mild blood, cult and brainwashing themes, monsters, foul language, which is mainly me, possible jump scares, which will induce said foul language, and possible strobe effects. Now, we have played through all but one of these games. One of these games that we are going to play today is kind of new to us. We've had it for a while, but we just finally got the computer system that can actually run it. So it's going to be all brand new content for us. Hopefully it'll be brand new for you. But so we're not 100% sure what's in there, but it was rated teen, so it can't be that bad. But we just wanted to definitely make sure that people were aware that that was going to be happening. Now, we also do need to address the eldritch elephant in the room, which is the author himself, HP Lovecraft. So, we, the Triad Gamers, are completely aware of HP Lovecraft's racism and his opinions on race that have absolutely no place in the modern world. We believe that racism is a blight on our world and needs to be rooted out. We are also fully aware of how much racism, both subtle and overt, has affected so much of the art that we and you enjoy. To quote the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society, we strive to recontextualize those creations for a new era. We fully agree that Black Lives Matter. We cannot change Lovecraft, but we can help change our world. We must evaluate the past unflinchingly, see the present honestly, and embrace changes to create a future that brings justice and equality to everyone. This stream and our chat is not an effective or appropriate forum to discuss this issue. We recommend participating in discourse in other forums. Today's stream event is not about celebrating H.P. Lovecraft, but the games inspired by the mythos. Today's stream is about reappropriating the mythos and continuing to create and celebrate games with cosmic horror themes that everyone can play, and we mean everyone. Today's stream is about defeating Lovecraft and celebrating games, and we thank you for joining us in this celebration of Eldritch games. With all that housekeeping out of the way, I've got my Cthulhu mug. I've got a Cthulhu shirt that's on its way. Hopefully it'll arrive during stream today. I kind of got the ordering timing wrong. So we're going to jump into a game called Shrouded Isle. Now, Shrouded Isle is this actually really kind of nifty but simple game about cult activity. It's just really kind of creepy in a way. It came up on a list of Lovecraftian games, so let's get some ambiance in here, though. So, now it's been a while since I've played this. No jump scares, I promise. So what it is that I'm the leader of a cult on a crowded isle, and I need to manage certain things via connections with the prominent families on that isle, such as the ignorance of all of our followers, their religious fervor, and other things like that, including devotion and whatnot, all the while being directed by a dark god that's sending me messages and asking me to sacrifice some of my cult members. So, why don't we get started? Yes, I'm going to start a new game, because I was reminding myself how to play yesterday. 495 years ago, our founders saw that humanity would perish except the worthy. Our Lord will return in glory to reward the faithful. Yet there are sinners in our community. As the high priest, I must select a sinner to sacrifice every season. 5 years until Judgment Day. If we are free from sin, he will save us from this suffering. A new season begins. So the game will actually go in seasons. Now, these are the families that we have to not only work with, but also manage. We can inquire a little bit more about them. We've got the Cagney, Isophica, Caldwell, Efferson, and Blackbourne. Each of them is in charge of a different aspect of our cult. So, but it looks like I have a letter at the cathedral. From Vasilisa Efferson. Vasilisa arrives on behalf of House Efferson asking for additional funding for preparing their whips. There are many penitents that need punishment, but where should the money come from? So, the choices that are allowing or answering this question will affect my standing and reputation with the families. So, yes, no, I'm going to have to be pronouncing eldritch words all day. It's going to be a thing. Well, you know what? Caldwell's had budgeted for gold 8. Now, these question marks under Vasilia's name are attributes, or traits, excuse me, about them that, as I make decisions, will, I know, right? Kinky. This is an adult stream for a reason. And good morning to you, DB Cruz. So, I know who you are. Good morning. So yeah, that we'll discover more of these traits later and have them influence our decisions. Now, obviously, it's telling me if I choose this, House Caldwell will not like this. Well, they can tough shit. The Caldwells fume, accusing Efferson's of sabotage. Vasilia Efferson thanks you effectively. My penitence from the cult goes up. My approval from House Caldwell goes down, but my approval from House Efferson goes up. We'll make it up to the Caldwells in some form or fashion, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I am not caffeinated enough yet. That's why we're starting off with a kind of easy game before I get into, like, Elder Sign the Gauntlet. So, let's continue. So, now, we have to select an advisor from each house for the season. So let's start with this estate. Now, this house is responsible for ignorance, and I can choose an advisor from any of these family members here. I also can inquire about some of their traits to find out more about them. I can lock them up if necessary, and I can choose one of them to be the advisor on the council. So, now we haven't pissed off this family yet. I like that these both have discipline, but I might have to sacrifice one of them later. You know what? I like this. I like that Finia has come up with some meditation. Yeah, caffeine for everybody. Get your caffeine. This is an open house stream. Come in, come out as you need to. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you don't mind, though that'd be doing us a serious solid. And actually, we've got it programmed for something cool should you hit the follow button. So yeah, why don't we go with Finia here? She seems like a nice young lady. So we will choose Finia, as our Lord demands. Alright, Isophica. They are in charge of inspiring fervor. Well, this guy, he often wakes up long after everyone has finished breakfast, so he might be lazy. You know what? This is really enticing me. Katerina once challenged Lord Caldwell to a gruel eating competition and won, but I want to know a little bit more about her. So why don't we begin inquiry? If we ask her about her virtue, it won't cost us anything with the family. If we find out her other trait, which is her vice, then we're going to lose a little reputation with the family. Oh, she's undisciplined, but full of fervor. It was just that one time, huh? You know what? Everybody deserves a second chance in this cult, so we'll still appoint you an advisor. Alright, let's go to the Caldwell estate. As we remember, the Caldwells are definitely not happy with me. Now, they're in charge of discipline, so that's definitely making me lean toward he hates the taste of butter and swore it off as a child. You know, back in that day and age, swearing off butter is like swearing off some serious luxury, so... Yeah. And I still have 2 inquiries. You know what? Let's begin an inquiry on him, because they already don't like me. Ah, he knows too much. He knows too much about what I'm trying to do as a high priest. So that means the ignorance will go down overall. You know what? We're going to go with this Aaron guy. He's obedient. Such an honor to serve beside you, Your Excellency. You know what? I really need to have my friends start, like, addressing me as that. Like, I think I'm going to make that a general decree, that all my friends refer to me as Your Excellency. Like, you know, you got to get that voice dip in there as well. So, alright, so we have an advisor from House Caldwell. Now let's go to House Everson. They are responsible for penitence. Penitence. There we go. White words. It's going to be a long effing day, folks. It really is. So they are a little bit happier with me because I gave them new whips. Surprised I don't know anything about her. She's really, really ignorant, but I'm not sure if I want somebody who's in charge of whipping my sinners to be ignorant. I think I do want whoever's whipping my sinners to be full of fervor. Still got an inquiry, so let's find out a little bit more about it. Undisciplined. Full of fervor, but undisciplined. You know, that probably could describe me, to be honest. Now we could really piss them off by finding out more about how undisciplined she is. Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that for the moment, but I do want to... Do I want to appoint her an advisor? Or do I want to just take a random shot? He probably knows too much. And she just sounds rude. Yeah, let's take the chance and go with Vasilia here. Alright, House Caldwell's done. To the Blackbourne estate. Yes, that's when I know I've made it. When I have somebody to whip for me. Watch me whip. Watch me play this game. Alright, so, House Blackbourne. They're in charge of obedience, so Netta here. Fairly good choice and swears by her father's cookbook. You know, that doesn't sound bad. I want to save some inquiries for later, so I'll point you to the council. Alright, now that we have a full council of advisors, we're going to begin the season. They'll take it month by month and have things affect our cult here. A new month begins, March. So, what do I want to do? I think I want to burn books. I think I want to investigate some heresy, and I want to flagellate the sinners. Because, you know, that's what you do. So, Finia Kigney burned some books, scoured the town and found one old world book to burn in a ritual fire. The ignorance of my cult has gone up, which is good. I want them nice and stupid. She works extra hard, skipping many meals and evening leisures. Fania is rumored to be lacking in fervor. You notice Fania's ceremonies aren't as well attended as others, so my fervor has gone down a particular amount here. I think I'll save my inquiry. We'll go on to the next result. How did Miss Facilia with her new whips do? So, Facilia whipped the sinful with purifying joy until their tears and blood soaked the earth. So we have some very penitent people. Because I don't know what her virtue or her vice is, because I didn't inquire about that, we don't know what impact it's had on the community. Obviously, the meters down here have changed, but we don't know which one she affected. Average outcome. Netta interrogated townspeople. Seems a few parents conspired to hide their children from the ritual. Obedience has been increased. Netta followed my every suggestion. Obedience has been increased by some unknown amount. But Netta is rumored to be unrepentant. When asked about sins, Netta shrugs and changes the subject. Step 1, caffeinate. Step 2, flagellate the sinners. Step 3, prophet. Yeah, that scans. It's an old meme, but it checks out. So, let's move on to the next result. So, what it's doing now after this month is showing how I've worked, how my influence in, has grown with each of the families. So I finished. So, now we're on to the next month. So, let's find out a little bit more about this guy and see if we can find more. I think that's all we're going to do. I don't want to build a monument yet, just because that seems a little pretentious, and I'm still trying to keep these ignorant SOBs. Ooh. Eden was not good at confiscating goods. Discipline has gone down, but he has followed my every suggestion. We're going to have to figure out what this guy's vice is. Oh, just average? Come on, I bought you new whips less than a month ago. Okay. Oh, I think that the matron Kegney is unhappy that I didn't choose her family to do, or it's probably because I'm making Fania look bad. Okay. You know what? Let's build a monument. Let's burn some books. I think we flagellated the sinners enough. Let's investigate heresy, though. Make sure that there's no... Burn books. Fania only found a few scrap. There were no bonfires, but she worked extra hard. Okay, so definitely lacking fervor. Katrina urged the laborers in carving and sanding, and a small shrine to our god was crafted. Katrina spends extra time at the monument construction sites. She arrives late to every advisor meeting, mumbling an apology. No discipline. Oop. Still can't please those Caldwells, and I am not doing good. Oh, as the season ends, draws near, and a sacrifice must be made to protect the village. The gathering convenes. Who will the sacrifice be this season? Who do I sacrifice to our god? Good morning, Lode Bear. Thank you so much for the follow yesterday, and welcome to HP Lovecraft vs. the World. We are playing a game called the Shrouded Isle, where I am the high priest of a dark cult, and I must manage certain things to do that. So feel free to put us on in the background. Right now, I'm just choosing who to sacrifice this morning. At the end of this season, I gotta sacrifice somebody from my council. So it's time for somebody to go. I don't want to sacrifice Eden here because his family's already kind of pissed off at me. And I don't want that anymore. because I need them to do the jobs. Netta, for the most part, did a good job though. We definitely flagellated some sinners with Facilia here. You know what, Fania? We could have been done a little better at the book burning. Villagers who trust Fania's reputation will feel conflicted and lose discipline. The villagers won't find this sacrifice very inspiring because barely raising their fervor. And then obviously maybe I'll spare her. Let's see what happens if I... yeah, because I don't know enough about them. Yeah, she doesn't have any transgressions. I have proof. Well, I don't have proof. Yes, Chernobog is our dark god, by the way. Yep, Alex will be around later. I don't think he'll be jumping on stream, but he'll be around. I think he's got some gaming appointments of his own. So don't want to sacrifice her. Alright, so everybody's going to be pissed off no matter who I sacrifice. But you know what? You didn't do the best job, so sacrifice. Through sacrifice thy will be done. We sacrifice the life of Fania in the name of Chernobog and the good of our people. Our condolences to House Kegni. Unjust sacrifice. All of them are going to be unjust. So my approval really dropped to that house. The villagers wonder whether any soul is safe from the Lord's wrath. Fervor has improved, but discipline has gone down. That's not good. Yeah, I guess like the night before the new season, a whisper caresses your dreams. My faithful servant, I await your devotion. Encourage obedience. Unfaltering spirit of law and order. The rebellious one, give him to me. So, Chernobog is giving me info as to who I should do that. Too many villagers are discarding the rituals of fasting and focus. I must encourage discipline and obedience because Chernobog wants that. Okay. So, I gotta get some disciplines and I gotta get some obedience. These suckers need to shape up. So, let's go. So you guys are not happy with me. I'm not a little worried about penitence right now, and I really do need to get house... Just don't touch me. Well, it is 2020, dude. Yes, I am getting down to business to placate the villagers. And now that that song is stuck in my head, you're on the chopping block as possible next sacrifice. I'm just saying that. I'm just waiting to see how many more lines of this you got. Oh, this is why I both love him and hold a pillow over his head at night, sometimes just contemplating. Alright, anyway. So, we have Aaron Kegney as our advisor. I have no mail at the cathedral. Always a pleasure, Your Excellency. Oh, the family has definitely grown. Alright, you're in charge of fervor. I think, though, that I really want some more obedience. Let's check her out. Nope, I don't want somebody who's undisciplined. So let's go with Kazmira here. I want to save my last inquiry for... Excuse me, an emergency. So, to the Caldwell estate, in charge of discipline. This is going to be super important. So, we used Eden last time, but he didn't do that great, and he did, like, meh. Maybe we should try Preben here. Yeah. I'm not too worried about my ignorance level at the moment. My ignorance is doing pretty well, so... Alright, Efferson. So Zoya here, full of fervor, but undisciplined. Let's find out a little bit more about Casimir's virtue. He's very disciplined, which I like. So why don't we do that? Let's go with him. I need to raise some discipline, and I need to raise some obedience before Chernobog just decides he's done with us. So... And to the Blackbourne estate, we must root out more traitors. Alright, so her unrepentance really did not help me. Let's inquire a little bit about Andre here, but let's be nice and just ask about full of fervor. They're satisfied with me. You know what? I'm going to take the risk. Figure out what his vice is. Disobedient. Yeah, we can't have that. No more inquiries. Let's go with Suzanne here. Alright, we have our council. Let's begin the season. June. So in June, let's add to our cult. Let's go with these three for right now. So definitely some things in discipline, which we could definitely use. So, Aaron definitely burns them books, works extra hard. Well, a little bit less penitence than I wanted. We built a monument. Ooh. We definitely took a hit to our discipline. Oh. The delighted Vicar Efferson delivers a gift of strange incense. He claims your words will have stronger effect if it is lit during sermons, but the sharp, pungent smell repulses you. I'm going to use it during sermons anyway. Well, like, why are you, like, disapproving of this? You're the one who gave me the goddamn incense. Alright, we'll move on to July. Alright, let's flagellate sinners and Envergus heresy. You know what? Let's not. Because my penitence is still holding okay. It's my discipline I'm a little worried about. Dutifully whipped the sinful, adhering to the rites. Yeah, my ignorance is going to probably take a big hit right now, but my discipline is going back up, which I need. Obedience, good, good, good. Fervor, good, good, good. Yep, ignorance took a hit. God, there is just no... Well, yeah, I mean, I have a kind of an uphill climb with the Kegdy family. After, like, you know, I sacrificed their daughter. Getting to be all touchy about it. So... what more should we do? So, I thought that was a decent month. They all know too much, though. Let's try building another monument. Definitely getting that fervor up. Discipline going up. Obedience going up. Yep. Fervor going down a little. Alright, I think we can handle that. More discipline. Seize the forbidden assets and the fine cloth, and ensuring steadfast focus on prayer. Um, do, 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 do. That ignorance is definitely going to be the next thing. Cagney. See, I'm not worried about taking some hits in the Efferson family. But we really got to do something to appease the Cagneys. As season end draws near, a sacrifice must be made to protect the village. The thing is, these guys did a really good job. Screw it. Cagneys already hate me. I love the art of this game, actually. It is simple, yet effective. And it's actually one of the reasons why we chose this game as one of the games that we were going to stream today. Is that the art of this is just really, really fun. So, repeated sound. House Cagney is enraged by my tyranny and declares you their enemy. Other houses give me 5 approval because of that. The villagers wonder if any... So, I took that hit to discipline, and at least I didn't take it to obedience. The harvest brings new soil. The village is growing too curious about the outside world. I must attend to their ignorance by the end of this. Oh, goodness. Cagney's going to revolt. Spiritual contagions are spreading amongst the villagers. Oh, so now I can start locking people up. Alright. The tower is unsealed. I can use its vaults to examine and purify citizens. Well, House Cagney it's getting harder and harder to wake up in the morning. Well, I am killing all your people. Okay. And I have no more inquiries with them unless I actually lock them up, which is going to be... You know what? You never get complaints about this one. I'll go with that. We can take a little tiny hit to discipline. Alright. We definitely want to inquire about this guy. We can take a tiny hit to fervor, but we definitely need to get that ignorance up. Acting strangely. How about we confine you to praise Chernobog, I guess? But we're undertaking hits to fervor, so let's begin an inquiry here on Peter about his virtue. Ignorant. I like it. Peter, you know nothing. I like it. Let's go with that. Alright, so now that we're in the tower, let's visit Eden. We do not fully understand what ails Eden. Examining Eden will help us understand his contagion. Purifying him may cure his affliction or cause. Let's examine. Let's not get so... It's getting chilly in here, so we're going to examine him. Let that take its time. Let's go to the Blackbourne estate. Full of fervor but knows too much. Nope, I need ignorance. I need some ignorance. So let's begin an inquiry as to your virtue. Full of fervor. Yeah, let's take the risk. Go with Nadij. Some of these old world names are really difficult, folks, I'll tell you that. Alright, House Efferson. Soon our suffering shall end. Yep, gotta go with some ignorance, but I can afford to go... Yeah, I need the ignorance. Okay, we have our council for the season. Let us begin. Let's burn some books, let's flagellate some sinners, and confiscate some goods. Rada scoured the town and found one old world book to burn in a ritual fire. Ignorance +3. Virtue rumor. Rada is rumored to be obedient and follows my every suggestion. But she is undisciplined and arrives late to every meeting. Petor! Seized forbidden desserts. I didn't realize desserts were forbidden in my cult. Sorry, people. You know, it's different for the high priest, but... yeah, you know, fair. Just some others are forbidden. Peter leads the village in memorizing scripture passages, ignorance plus... but he is rumored to be disobedient, which is okay. I can take some obedience hits. My penitence, I was expecting. Ignorance. Yay. Revises the code of law with new, more confusing interpretation. Obedience. Not sure I want that. Alright. Kegni's a little less rebellious. Your Excellency, I'm afraid I have deciphered a new passage of the Holy Scriptures. As a word we thought that meant 500 now may mean 5,000. Is it possible that we must suffer another 4,500 years? Casimir Efferson. As any good high priest. Oh, yes, gummy bear. Oh, yeah, no, maybe later Nick can bring me some gummy bears as a snack or something, because we stocked up. I don't want to say we hoarded, but we definitely stocked up. We will suffer as long as Lord Chernobog wishes. Yes, GFS is a wonderful place. Casimir is a panic, spreading doubt amongst... Oh, great! Way to tank my obedience. Alright. Let's burn some books. Let's investigate some heresy. And let's keep it at that. Got a book burned. Obedience definitely took a hit to discipline, though. So I have to select one. We haven't flagellated some sinners. But do I want to take the obedience hit? No. Let's build a monument. And that's it. Get some fervor back up. Get some ignorance. Get some fervor back down, apparently. Everybody's unhappy because I didn't choose them. So, who to sacrifice? You know what? I'm going to sacrifice Peter here. He brought down the obedience way too much. It was for the good of our people. Of course they're outraged. Other houses like it. Obedience is back up, though. Gosh darn it. House Kendrick, they conspire in the shadows, planning to overthrow me. Kegni, you wake as the strong, rough hands of Kegni workers grasp your limbs, and you smell something strong and herbal. Matron Kegni wipes the sweat from your brow as you lose consciousness. Oh, crap! Wow. So, yeah. I survived only 3 seasons, and I sacrificed 3 villagers. I only sacrificed 1 major sinner. House Kegni, obviously the one with the most sacrifices. No villagers awoke, which is good. And no endings unlocked. So, yeah. So that's the Shrouded Isle. You know what? Maybe later on in this stream I might return to this one. I don't know. I kind of thought I'd do a little better, but it's been like 2 years since I've played this. So, I mean, it's really fun though. It really gets you into that Lovecraftian theme, and the ambiance, the art is just fantastic. But what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to take a very short break while I get the next game ready and just take care of any other issues and whatnot. So please do stick around. If you haven't, hit that follow button, and we shall return momentarily.